Welcome. Welcome to this practice, this introductory practice. And I invite you to allow yourself to welcome yourself home to yourself, to reacquaint you with who you are. I don't mean this in any obscure philosophical way, but with a sense of homecoming, familiarity and comfort. I'm going to talk to you, and there isn't much of anything that you need to do except to listen at some level and to be comfortable. You can sit comfortably or you can lie down. If you're sitting, make sure it's in a comfortable chair that can support your head and in which you can take your ease. If you're lying down, some people lie in bed, some people have little mats, yoga mats or camping mats, and maybe putting something behind the knees for a lot of people allows the small of the back to feel more and more comfortable. The important thing is that the body is so comfortable that it isn't a cause for concern, distraction, or that needs too much attention as this practice goes on. So take a little while to settle your body so that it is just as you like it. You can lie, if you're lying on your back or on your side or your front, whichever of those is most comfortable for you. Having a blanket or a throw is very useful. If you're sitting in a chair, you can perhaps cover your legs with a blanket. What tends to happen is that people find that as these practices go on, as their bodies relax and their physiology alters by slowing down and becoming more and more comfortable, what can happen is that the body becomes a little cooler, which is why it's good to have a blanket or throw near to hand, even if it feels quite warm at the beginning of the practice. As you sit or lay there, I'm going to talk to you. I'll describe what we're going to do. We'll do some little settling so that the body and mind can become more comfortable, at ease. We'll follow this by going on a journey around the body. My voice will guide you around the body. And you can be aware of how the body becomes more and more comfortable as the process goes on, without having to do much of anything. Just listen, that's all you have to do. Then we'll focus on a little awareness of breath and of space. If you find during this practice and the others that your attention drifts or wanders away or something along those lines, that's absolutely fine. That can be part of the process, because a lot of this work has to do with communicating with your deeper mind. You have your everyday mind, your conscious mind, if you will, that tries to figure things out, sometimes successfully, sometimes not. The deeper unconscious mind is much more powerful, and it is of an eager disposition, willing to help, willing and eager to help, and friendly. In these practices, one of the things that tends to occur is a rapport being established between the everyday mind and the deeper mind, which is a very useful thing. That part of you is a part which also has a sense of humor and playfulness. So just notice how your body is sitting or lying. If you need to make any adjustments to your position, please do. And there's no need to sit or lie absolutely rigidly still if you are uncomfortable or want to change position or scratch an itch. Just do that, that's fine. And once you've adjusted to what feels to be most comfortable for you right now, I'm going to talk to you some more. I'm going to invite you to observe the shape of your body as it sits or lies there. So everything is invitational. I'm making suggestions. You can adopt them or reject them as suits you. That's absolutely fine. My suggestion now is, what is the shape of the body? How symmetrically placed are your limbs in relation to each other and to the spine? You might be sitting or lying symmetrically or asymmetrically. And how is that? To know where your arms are in relation to your spine, where your legs are in relation to spine and pelvis, and to feel at the top of the spine, the neck and the head resting there very gently, how that is, what that feels like for you right now. As well as this, there are other things that you may notice. You might notice with your sense of hearing sounds around you. They might be the sounds from the room in which you are sitting or lying, or the building in which you are, or your neighborhood. It may be that there is a sense of quietude, an absence of sound, except for the sound of my voice, and perhaps the sound of your own breathing. I don't know what you can hear, but I know that you can hear some things. And during this practice, I suggest that you maintain a connection with the sound of my voice. You don't even have to pay a lot of attention to the words themselves or their meaning. You can, of course, if you like and want to, but you don't have to. This is a practice about just being without having to do. So there is no incorrect way to do this. If you're sitting there or lying there, I would certainly advise not doing this while you're driving, for example, because mostly people tend to have their eyes closed as they become more and more aware of internal experience. So there's the experience of sound or the absence of sound. There's a feeling of touch, the sense of touch. What it feels like to be supported by whatever your body is resting on, how that feels. The feeling of your clothes, your covers against the skin. The sense of air against the bare skin and of temperature. Whether it's a little cooler or warmer than the rest of you, I don't know. And the body, the torso, is breathing. You might notice the breath coming in and going out. And that's fine. It's always there. The breath, always with you. It's a good indicator of where you are in yourself. And you may have been thinking about breathing and how easy or not easy it is at this time in your life. And we'll focus on this more specifically in other practices. For now, just observe, if you would, the way the torso moves as you breathe. So it might be there's a movement of the abdomen, of the rib cage, one or other or both. You might find awareness of the breath entering and leaving through the nose, through the nostrils. What that's like, how that is. And the sense of space. The sense of space that there is now for you, around you, within you, and in your surroundings. You can have this space for yourself, space for thoughts, space for not having to have thoughts, as you like. In a little while, we're going to go on a journey mentally around the body. And through most of these practices, it'll be the same journey, because although you can listen to the practices quite passively, which is a fine thing to do, you can also learn to do some parts of them yourself as you recover from this COVID situation. So as you listen, traveling around the body, you can eventually become very familiar with it and do that journey around, that rotation around the body to yourself sometimes. Only when you want to. It can be quite helpful and useful. So, I'm going to suggest that you focus on your right side, on your right hand, and in particular on the right thumb. Notice what the right thumb is like in your awareness. You might notice its shape, the fact that it has one side and the other side, the side with the nail, and the side where the thumbprint is, the mound of the thumb. It might feel warm, might feel cool. It might feel quite dense, or it might feel quite spacious. There might be a colour that comes to mind when you think of your thumb, like an aura perhaps, or a light. It might have a tingling sensation. It might have something else. I'm not sure what it is that you can experience as you focus on your thumb. But in a similar fashion, as you move from thumb to index finger, notice what the sensation is like there too. What your perception of your experience of what is as your attention travels from one part to another. You can pay very close attention, or not very much. You might even drift off and then drift back. That's fine too. Attention can move to the middle finger of right hand and then to ring finger and then little finger. It might indeed be aware of all of the fingers and thumb together. And then palm of hand, back of hand, wrist. In fact, maybe being aware of all of the right hand, what that feels like right now. And then there is the forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side, waist, hip, front of right thigh, back of thigh, knee, back of knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole, instep, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all of those toes together, all of right side together, all of right side, now left side, thumb, sensation of perception, of experience in left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, fingers and thumb together, palm, back of hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side, waist, hip, front of left thigh, back of thigh, knee, back of knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole, instep, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all toes together, all of left side, all of left side, all the way through. So all of right side, all of left side, all of right arm, all of left arm, both arms, all of right leg, all of left leg, both legs, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, the length of spine, the whole length of spine, small of back, middle back, upper back, right side of back, left side of back, all of back, back of neck, back of head, top of head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, space between eyebrows, right eye, left eye, nose, tip of nose, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, right ear, left ear, upper lip, lower lip, both lips together, chin, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of chest, left side of chest, center of chest, rib cage, diaphragm, navel, abdomen, floor of pelvis, all of body, all of body, all of body, sitting there or lying there, resting, breathing, ears are hearing, and as the breath comes in, as the breath goes out, you can be aware, if you will, of the space around you, what this feels like. Just being able to be without having to do for a while for yourself. The body is resting there. Whatever supports the body is supported by the floor, which in turn, directly or indirectly, is supported by the earth herself, who can absorb everything that we don't need to hold on to, not anymore for a while. And perhaps with the breath, the air comes in, and on the exhale, a sense of letting go, just as much or as little as you like. Breathing out through the back of your body, perhaps, into whatever you're resting on, and through that into the floor, and through that into the earth, and the body resting there becomes more and more comfortable. Breathing in, breathing out, and letting go just a tiny bit more with each exhale, if you like, if you want, if that suits you. And there are things that need doing, but right now, this is a space and a time for being. So for this little while, there is nothing to do unless you want to. You can just be, nowhere to go, no deadline to meet, no sense of urgency for a little while. Just being here and now for yourself with this space, the space of this practice, the space of the room in which your body is resting and your ears are listening and hearing. Space for the breath to come and go. Space for thoughts to be observed, thinking themselves, or drifting away, becoming a little quieter, away and coming back and going away, as you like, for yourself, for a little while longer. And this space within you and around you, when you return to your everyday in a little while, can be such that you can return to the everyday when you're ready to, in your own way, at your own pace, knowing there's no hurry, but feeling the benefits of this little time, this space for yourself through the rest of the day. A feeling perhaps of replenishment, rejuvenation, simply having the benefit of rest, carrying through into the everyday, just as much as is necessary, as you like. So you can continue resting there if your schedule, your itinerary for today or this evening permit that. Or if you want to re-engage, what you can do is you can breathe a little more deeply and feel that this breathing more deeply allows you to reconnect with the everyday, and that you can move from here to there at your own pace with every inhaling breath, reintegrating all parts of you together. And then, when you're ready to move and stretch, you can do that. Sometimes it's quite nice to do it slowly, to move and wiggle the toes very gently, and maybe after a little while to circle the ankles and feel how that affects the legs, and maybe to stretch a leg here, a leg there, and likewise with fingers and thumbs, and moving the hands, circling them perhaps, and letting the arms have a bit of a stretch, and maybe moving the chin from one shoulder to another, and just stretching in whatever way suits you. At your own pace, you can return to the everyday, feeling good as you come back, come back, come back. As this practice finishes for now, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day or evening.